You know, I never really planned on doing a video about a racing game. Mostly because, well, I mean, what else is there to talk about a racing game since all you really do is race and go and zoom and all that shit. So I started thinking about all the racing games I played growing up, and then I thought about two games that stuck out of my mind. Mario Kart and Sonic Riders. Both of these games are relics of my childhood, but one of them I favored a bit more. That being Sonic Riders. I mean, you guys already read the title of the video, so you know what the hell I'm talking about. But I feel like this game is one of the more underrated racing games. And when I went back to this game, I found a whole new appreciation for just how complex this game is and the many layers of the gameplay, and just how fucking fun it is. Also, I want to point out this game has like 3 different art styles. There's the kick-ass anime opening scene that I really want to be made into like an actual 2000 style anime. That would be so sick. Please, Sega, please. And then you got the gross, disgusting, high-budgeted animation for like 2 cutscenes.
That's really weird. It looks like something's jamming the radar signal.
Oh God! Oh God! That's horrible. That's disgusting. Wait, hold on. Let me clean this off real quick. Oh boy. Okay, maybe I'm just blind. I'm not seeing the right image, right? Oh God! It's even worse. Ah! There's no life in it. It's just a lifeless shell of what it's supposed to be. You see, God creates beautiful pieces of art, right? That is not of God. That is the product of the fucking devil. And then you have the regular in-game models, which are actually pretty cool. I also like the fact that the characters have like these new designs for the game. And by new designs, I pretty much mean like new shoes and like a pair of goggles on their heads. I mean, it's cool. I like them, and I like the fact that each hoverboard they have has their own unique colors. Anyway, so the plot of the game is essentially Sonic and friends are like competing in this whole Grand Prix that Dr. Eggman's hosting. I guess he needs these emeralds and this, I guess the Allspark from Transformers or the fucking Tesseract or generic, cube square thing to open up Babylon Garden. And the Babylon Garden is essentially this old ancient place with I think genie birds. I don't know what the fuck they are. The Babylon Garden is basically like this origin place for like all of the technology that creates all of the hoverboards. Oh, I'm sorry, no. The extreme gears. My bad, sorry. Why the fuck didn't you just call them hoverboards? But whatever. Yeah, so then they basically have to go there, and there's like this deep treasure hidden away that Eggman wants to know about, and he wants the technology and all that shit. The story is put into 2 different perspectives. The heroes and the, I don't really want to call them villains, because they're not like, because I don't think they're like inherently like bad people, but like, they're just like rivals, so I guess just call them Babylon. The rivals are essentially these 3 birds called Jet, Storm, and Wave. 3 birds, they're cool characters, I like them. I wish Sega would use them more often in other games, but you know what, Sega? I guess Sonic Riders can go fuck itself, huh? And the birds are essentially these treasure hunters. They don't have any, like, ulterior motive to, like, rule the world or conquer. They just want treasure. That's pretty goofy. I like Jet as a character. I like him a lot because he's just a lazy bum that's just like the appointed leader of the crew for like no reason. And also, I like the fact that he's given the opportunity to rule the world, but he just says, "F that, I just want to get money." Even though he can get rich based off of just ruling the world and having everything to his own, he still just wants to look for treasure. It's pretty goofy.
Too bad, really. I haven't the slightest interest in world domination or advanced technology.
Hey, wait a second, okay, Jet? While Eggman may not look smart, he is. He has an IQ of 300 after all. If he's interested in this technology, it must have value.
Are you saying there's profit in this?
Think about it. It may be more valuable than finding silver or gold.
Near the end of the story, they have to like go into this strange like cavern on Babylon Garden, and they have to go in this weird digital world where they fight this genie guy, I guess. I don't know. It's really strange, but whatever.
Isn't this game meant for children? How are you so bad at it? It's even more pathetic.
Okay, it's okay, Matt. Just forget about the genies, okay? He's not in your life anymore. He's not in your life anymore. And then they open up this treasure chest. It ends up being this magic carpet that's basically the prototype for all of the hoverboards, which I think is actually pretty clever. Anyways, I really do like the story. I think it's really fun, goofy. It's a nice little, 3-hour long campaign that pretty much explains everything that's going on in the game. And I also like the fact that the separate stories have their own tracks, but in a weird way, they're the same tracks, but different styles. Like, for instance, the tracks have these different versions of the same tracks that you played, and some of the stuff is rearranged in different ways. Gives you some variety, and I really fucking appreciate that. If you're gonna make me replay the same story, give me something different, buddy. Come on. Alrighty, so when it comes to gameplay, it is a very, very skill-based game. And you're going to have to learn to get good at it, or you're going to struggle a lot, especially through the story mode later in the game. Compared to other racing games I've played, they're pretty simple, right? You know, you just go, and then sometimes you throw an item out, and yada yada, you got NOS and all that shit, right? In this game, you are constantly maintaining yourself. What I mean by that is, while you're racing, there is this thing called an air gauge that essentially allows your hoverboard to keep going. But as you drive it, it slowly depletes. And, yeah, you're either going to love this or fucking hate this. You can also boost to go faster, but that also takes a great deal of air. Once you run out of air, you essentially have to run around and go to a next pit stop or hop on another ramp, do some cool tricks and gain air. You can also collect rings, and if you get a certain amount of rings, you can level up your air gauge and expand it, and even going much faster than before. Now, with all that bullshit said and done, it is really rewarding to actually win a race because it makes you feel like you actually accomplished something because you really tried and gave it your all. I mean, this game isn't about luck. This game has nothing to do with luck. You have to really work at it. Especially if you time your jumps on a ramp just right, you can get a great string of tricks in the air and even explore new areas. Each character is tied to one of 3 different types: speed, flying, and power. The speed type allows you to grind on rails and gain air from them. The flying type allows you to fly through these rings and take shortcuts. You can also get air from them. The power types allow you to destroy whatever obstacles are in your way, and you can gain air from that too. I also want to talk about a few of the tracks that can also suck my fat nuts. Egg Factory, Babylon Garden, and Sky Road. The Egg Factory has some pretty tight turns that are tighter than sticking your dick into a Chinese finger trap. It's pretty bad. If you're not good at drifting, you're gonna have a hard time with this stage. Babylon Garden and Sky Road can both suck my nuts, especially with the turns that have no railing, and you essentially have to drift perfectly, and you have to manage your air right, or else you fall off and you fucking die constantly. There's also a lot of these weird ramps that you have to time your jumps correctly so you don't fuck up and die. Not to mention the AI is amazing at shortcuts and they understand how to play the game a lot better than you. Yeah, I wonder why. The multiplayer in this game is also pretty fun. You can even unlock a bunch of other characters that aren't even part of the story mode, like Shadow, Rouge, and Cream. Oh yeah, there's also a couple other characters from different games, like fucking I from Super Monkey Ball, the Knights character from Knights, I guess. I don't remember the name. Oh yeah, you can also play as Dr. Eggman. It's pretty goofy. Not to mention, you're also not just tied to hoverboards. You can also go on skates and bikes, and you can ride a witch's broom and a cloud. That's pretty cool. Now, with that being said, multiplayer also has a couple other modes, such as survival and tag mode. Tag mode is essentially where 2 players are partnered up with each other and they have to share an air meter, but they can't get separated too far because the Wi-Fi connection goes a little bad. So if they get separated, they have to be together around the same area. It's strange, but I kind of like it. It's a bit unique. Then you have the battle modes, which is, in my opinion, not designed very well for this type of gameplay, because not only are you driving very fast and cramped in these tight spaces, you burn through a lot of air trying to get to enemies and boost on them and attack them. Yada yada, it's just not a great time. I also found the power-ups to be kind of useless. And then you got the mode where you have to essentially get a Chaos Emerald. I like this mode a lot because it challenges the player that has the Chaos Emerald to get through these 5 rings. And they have to be very careful about how they use their air gauge. Their air gauge drains faster than the other people and giving them the edge to essentially boost up to you, but then you have to go through these 5 rings, yada yada. It's pretty fun. I actually kind of like it. I recommend giving this one a try. There's also a mission mode in this game, and I'm not really a big fan of it because it's pretty much doing the same goddamn missions in different tracks over and over again. I mean, you could do this to earn more rings and to buy more shit. You can also do these missions to unlock characters, and I don't know, a lot of it is just repeating the same missions but on different tracks. And I mean, they do get a bit harder, but I don't know, it's really not my thing. Man, I wish this game would get like a revival from Sega, but I don't think we're gonna get that anytime soon because Sonic Free Riders kind of killed the franchise with its awful gameplay, and it's just, forced gimmicks, up your ass, constant. Look, all I'm saying is, Sonic in a car isn't as cool as Sonic on a hoverboard doing cool tricks and swaggy shit, alright? That's all I'm saying, alright? You could easily revamp the series, get a whole new community behind it. I mean, for God's sakes, there's a whole community of people modding Sonic fucking Riders and making a whole new version of it with more characters and doing more shit. And it's a real darn shame that Sega just completely neglects Jet, Storm, and Wave. I mean, they're really cool characters. You could do a lot with them. But no, Sega, you think best all you want to do is put Sonic and just force Sonic down our throats when you have a whole franchise filled with great characters, filled with fun gameplay mechanics and all kinds of cool shit you could do, but whatever, I guess. We'll just go, we'll just boost like we always do with Sonic the Hedgehog.